Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Today, I just wanted to share this story I came across. Scientology Disconnection tore apart my family by someone called Adrian Kelsey. So it's just a write-up here article on this website that I found, and they're actually a cult support group. This one is in Australia, but I believe they're affiliated with the same organisation in many countries. So it's called Information and Family Support. I put a post on my page for a link to this website. So this story, I've actually only just briefly skimmed it because I thought maybe it would be good to read it together. So yeah, obviously this cult support network have done work with Scientology. Okay, so Scientology Disconnection tore apart my family. My story, Adrian Kelsey. It looks, I don't know when this article is from. It looks like it might be a little bit old. Wouldn't be surprising if it was maybe 10 years old. So many months ago, when I got out of Scientology, I sent an email to my daughter roughly saying the following. I told her that I'm no longer in Scientology and that the reasons for that are my own. Her mother is in a very strong Scientology family. So this story obviously is in Australia, being on this website. I warned her and said that one day Scientology would ask her to choose between me and Scientology. Wow, that's a religion. I might actually just show you guys. I've just put out a post on my community tab as well, and I will bring it up. There's a little video explaining what is a cult, yeah, it's pretty cool. So this is my post. So the video here it's by TED, as in TEDx people. Why do people join cults? But it's really cool. It's only about 6 minutes, and just actually gives you a bit of a definition. And I've just written, nobody joins a cult on purpose. What are cults and why do people join them? And I've taken some of the what was said in the video that I thought were some key points. So very much so, difference between a religion and a cult. So listen up, Scientology. Rather than providing guidelines for members to live better lives, a cult seeks to directly control them, from personal and family relationships to financial assets and living arrangements. So, when we have this story about disconnection from your child, it's definitely about controlling personal and family relationships. Cults also demand obedience to human leaders. So does any of this apply to Scientology? So importantly, some cults, their beliefs may be protected under religious freedom, but when their practices involve harassment, threats, illegal activities, or abuse, the law can intervene. By denying basic freedoms of thought, speech, and association, cults stunt their members' psychological and emotional growth. That's why it's very important to get therapeutic help for psychological and emotional well-being. A particular problem for children who are deprived of normal developmental activities and milestones. Then there are some things that characteristics of a cult, and you end up having cognitive dissonance because there are doubts, but you're not allowed to verbalize them. And then another one which was pertinent to Scientology If someone tells you to sacrifice your relationships or morality for the greater good, they're most likely exploiting you for their own. Sound familiar, Scientology? Greatest good for the greatest number of dynamics. A load of you know what. All right, so I'm going to get back to this article. Just one moment. So the child in this story is only 13. So it's not very nice. All right, so so up to, I warned her and said that one day Scientology would ask her to choose between me and Scientology. There we go. We've just read definition of what a cult is, and also compared to a religion. I said the decision is yours, and whatever decision you make will not change how I feel about you. I will always be your dad and love you more than anything in this world, and I'm always here for you. Well, I just got off the phone with my 13-year-old daughter, who was in tears as Scientology was forcing her to never speak to me again, due to the fact that I have been outspoken about my negative experiences with Scientology. Sorry, but this is heartbreaking. Like, it's a child. This is what happened, he says. We have been planning a trip for my 2 kids from my previous marriage to come out to Australia for a visit. I have sent the air ticket money and visa documents, and they were supposed to arrive early July. They have been excited about seeing Australia, and we have spoken about all the things we are going to do. A few days ago, I got an email from my daughter saying she needs to speak to me urgently. So I called and was met with one of the most difficult things I have been through in my life. She sounded really down on the phone, and I will try to cover as accurately as I can what transpired. She said she has heard that I am attacking Scientology. And she asked... She said she has heard that I am attacking Scientology, and she asked if that was true. I asked her who had told her, and she said her mother. She said I had been declared a suppressive person by the church. I mean, that line itself, declared a suppressive person by the church. What church separates families? Or friends, for that matter. I told her that I'm outspoken about my experiences in Scientology, and it's all based on my experiences, and that I'm telling the truth. She responded, that's an awesome answer. She responded by saying that I am attacking Scientology and that she cannot further her studies in Scientology if I continue to speak out, and would be forced to sever all contact with me as per Scientology policy. Oh, God. I asked my daughter to put her mum on the phone. My ex-wife said that while they were at Scientology in Clearwater, Florida, she was shown my suppressive person declare. The suppressive person declare in Scientology terms basically means that Scientology labels you in writing that you are the lowest of the low, a criminal, and against the well-being of all around you. So hypocritical. And they show this to people who know you, so that they disconnect from you. The result is nobody, and I mean nobody, who is in Scientology is allowed to have contact with you at all. I mean, we just saw the definitions of a cult. I told her that I have not seen such a declare on me, and my ex insisted she was shown this document. I said, well, then why have I not seen it? She told me it was not being given to me for media reasons. I got straight to the point with my ex, asking her what that meant for the trip that was being planned. She said she is not sending my kids over anymore, and she does not trust me due to me being declared a suppressive person. A heated conversation followed, at which point I asked my daughter to be put back on the phone. My daughter is now in tears on the phone telling me that I should do it for her. God. What she means is that I get back into good standing with Scientology, that if I love her, I would handle this with the church. Far out. It's heartbreaking. At this moment, my heart is being ripped out of my chest. She is insisting that if I do not, she will have to disconnect from me, otherwise she would not be able to continue in Scientology. I reminded her about the warning I had sent her months ago. I told her this is not me wanting to break our bond, nor is it you. Take a look what your heart says. This is somebody else, the church, saying we cannot be together. I am not forcing this situation on you, and vice versa. Scientology is forcing this on us. I told her everything that I've spoken out about is from my experience. They are things within the church that need to change. I told her I do not expect her to understand yet, and for that will not get into all the reasons. I used an example saying, if you're at school and you see a teacher abusing a child and nothing gets done about it, and you go to the principal and tell him and he denies it, and then the abuse continues. So you then go to the school inspectors to report what you have witnessed, and as a result, you get expelled from the school as an out-of-control student. This is what is happening. I told her I cannot sit and watch Scientology spokespeople talk on the TV and know they are lying and do nothing about it. With tears on her side of the phone and me fighting back my tears, she insisted I return, and I replied I will not return to Scientology. However, I respect your decision to continue studying Scientology. It's not her decision. She's a 13-year-old being coercively controlled. Respect your decision to continue studying Scientology and will not get in the way of that, and never have. I have never told her anything bad about Scientology, only that I was out. I did this specifically as I knew Scientology would pull out their heavy hand and rip another family to pieces. Well, boy, was I wrong. They still went ahead, getting a 13-year-old girl overwhelmed by tears to call her father and say she will not speak to him again until he is in good standing with Scientology. It's beyond reason that this could even be asked of anyone, let alone a 13-year-old girl. Now, my 10-year-old son does not get a say in this either. He becomes a victim and maybe not fully capable of understanding what is happening, but regardless of how he feels, he is forced to lose his father and is helpless to the heavy hand of Scientology. It's disgusting. This conversation went back and forth over an hour, and it ended with my daughter well and truly in tears, telling me not to contact her until I was in good standing with Scientology. My heart was literally lying on the floor, shattered. I was deflated and slumped down on the couch. I want to share with you 3 emails from my daughter so as to make it known how sinister Scientology is. This is before my SP declare from Scientology and in response to me informing her about Scientology policy on disconnection. Dad, look, I am staying in Scientology, but that does not mean that I do not love you. I do love you, and if Scientology tells me to not talk to you, then to hell with Scientology, and I will stop talking, visiting, and loving you. And I will never stop talking, visiting, and loving you, even if my whole family goes against me. I will never stop seeing you and loving you. Scientology is not that bad. I know it sounds bad, but you must have some kind of misunderstood word. Maybe my mum does not want to be with you, but I do. And if Scientology is as bad as you say it is, I will leave Scientology. I started crying reading your email about disconnection. I will never disconnect, never, 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 never. I love you and I am crying at the moment, but trying to hide it as I am in a public place. Look, I'm sorry, but I cannot leave Scientology and will never leave you. Look, I am sorry, but I cannot leave Scientology and will never leave you. I love you and I will never leave you. I want it to be very clear that no Scientologist will tell me to leave you, as one of the dynamics is family. And you are a huge part of it. See, Scientology has all these theories. In practice, very different. And you are a huge part of it. I will never leave you, okay? No Scientologist will convince me to stop loving you and disconnect. I don't know why you are mentioning disconnection. When I read that, I started instantly crying heavily. I will never do that to you, I promise. I promise you I love you a lot. Please respond to this and tell me that you will never stop loving me and that you understand that I will never stop loving you ever. Far out. Scientology puts out the SP declare on me. Below are the last 2 emails from her in response to emails from me. You are absolutely right about my hate towards you, and it is real. Wow. I am with my mum. At least she looks after me, while you don't, and she tries to help me. I love her, so I am with her. So please shut up and leave me alone. Leave me in peace. You're with her because you don't have a choice, love. You're a kid. And then the second email, hi, listen, look, please do not write to me anymore. Don't think of calling, okay. Wow. That's the end of the story. That's horrible. So it sounds like the mum and the daughter or the kids were in Clearwater, and the dad was Aussie. Oh, okay. Anyway, I just wanted to read that story out. Please like and share if you think it would be helpful to other people. And we'll catch up soon.